What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we have a video talking about the brand new Clash Jinbe. It has been such a long time since we had a new Clash event on One Piece Treasure Cruise, and this Jinbe is actually a really good unit. I really hope that they, explore more Clash characters in the future, because it's been a long time since we had one, and it just feels nice to have something like this again. And this free-to-play character is very, very good. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. But do note that if you go to the special missions under the request from Man, there are actually some quests that you can go ahead and complete that go alongside the Clash Jinbe. It actually gives you additional stuff such as rainbow gems, actually a decent amount of rainbow gems, as well as some support medals and stuff, and obviously just the copies of Jinbe himself. I believe Jinbe, I can't remember exactly if he actually drops from the event, but if you actually do all these missions, you will get a decent amount of copies, and you can go ahead and rainbow him out. And he drops at max special level, so you don't have to farm him for skill ups, kind of like the arena characters. You're basically farming the copies just for level limit break and to rainbow the character out. So let's actually go through what the character does. So we did briefly talk about him in the data download video, but now we can see him fully maxed out. So Jinbe is a Dex fighter powerhouse, and his captain ability isn't really that good and isn't really going to see a lot of play. 12 turn cooldown special though. It gives a 50% health cut to your crew, but then deals 30 times the amount of HP lost in typeless damage to all enemies, so that's really nice to get a bit of damage there. He also gives 3 turn removal of Rainbow Shield and 3 turn removal of Paralysis and Burn. And then if the enemy has defense down, you get a 2 times conditional boost against defense down. But if they don't have defense down, you apply 0 defense for 1 turn. So the fact that he has double special activation allows you to activate the special twice to get a defense down conditional and remove 6 turns of damage reduction and 6 turns of paralysis and burn. This character, free to play wise, is amazing and is definitely going to see play in a lot of different teams. Definitely in events where he's going to be like boosted. He's going to be amazing as that cooldown gets, lowered significantly. This is a fantastic free-to-play character that I would advise everyone to get their hands on. As long as you clear any difficulty of this mission, you'll get 1 copy of Jinbe for free. At least you can max him out, and even if it's really hard for you to do, you can even just use tablets to max out that double special, because double special tablets are either relatively common, and not a lot of characters actually need double special activation. So overall, Jinbe is a fantastic free-to-play unit, and we have 4 different teams in this video that can go ahead and get the job done. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the content. So getting into the first team here, we have Hollow and Koala, and she just really seemed to be a pretty decent option here, because of course we wanted to kind of synergize using Zoro and Sanji, the brand new One Piece Day character, as they're basically built for the event. So by doing that, we can have like Hollow and Koala, who is a Dex unit who synergizes, and also because she's focused around fighter, free spirit, and Dex characters, so it works perfectly here. Now you see Chopper actually inflicts you with a brand new slot. Well, I guess technically it was also on the recent Super Boss Kizuna, but Super Block, basically what it is not like a normal block slot, except that you can't change it. I believe you cannot change it with special abilities, and it basically will reduce damage by 25%. So normally if you have a badly matching slot or a block slot, it halves your damage. So Super Block will reduce it by even more than that, going down to 25% rather than the normal 50%. So obviously quite annoying to deal with there. And then we have the mini boss on Battle 4, which we have the Zoro and Sanji character. They have 30 million HP, so they're actually pretty tanky, and they're so annoying. They're built it in such a way where, all of these summer straw hats that have been releasing throughout the month, they're really good for this quest. Specifically, Franky and Luffy. Those two are the most useful characters for this quest. Franky's so good here because he removes the increased defense. He also allows you to give you a 3.5 chain lock, which deals with the attack down effect, as you get attacked down if there is a chain multiplier that is below 2.5 but above 4 times. So Franky gives you 3.5, allowing you to basically ignore that altogether. So yeah, it's very, very frustrating. And also Franky's very useful in particular when you get to Jinbe, because Jinbe, when he revives or on the first turn, he actually will blind you for 20 turns. So best case scenario is you have Franky to have his crewmate ability, and he resists blindness completely for your crew, which is very, very useful. Another particular reason why Koala was a very solid option here is because you get given 2 turns of special reverse, and Koala's captain ability resists it altogether, making it a lot easier to deal with. We also have this Apu here because he allows us to get around bind and the % damage reduction on the enemy side of the field. And one thing to note is that when you actually kill Jinbe on the revive, he's going to actually change your captain with one of your crewmates, and it is random. However, if you reset the game before the animation happens where the captain is switched, you're able to reset the game, and when you reload the game, the character in the middle right position, which in this instance is going to be Katakuri, is always going to be chosen to be the captain swap character. So you see that there is a little bit of a cut in the recording here because I did end up changing the footage. I ended up, resetting the game before the animation had completed to ensure that Katakuri was the targeted captain to be captain swapped. And then post revive, we can use Wano Law to give us matching slots and also give us an orb boost and chain boundary. And with that, we're able to very, very easily kill Jinbe from that point onwards. Moving on now to the secondary team, we have Zoro and Sanji. Now, with this team you're seeing is I didn't have Luffy with the 5+ when I recorded this particular clip. However, if you have Luffy with 5+, you would definitely be using that instead of Alvida, because the 5+ Luffy from the Kizuna Clash, he deals with a lot of the debuffs that occur on the final battle. He gives you special reverse, he gets rid of the bind, he gets rid of the damage reduction, and he switches into the captain position for 1 turn. And the way that it all works is when you actually kill Jinbe and he revives and he switches your captain out, you actually still have the captain swap active from Luffy, so Jinbe cannot switch your captains. And then after that turn expires and you go onto your secondary turn, then Luffy will switch back to the crewmate position, your original captain will go back to its normal place, and you can easily deal with Jinbe with the correct captain from that point onwards. Now I know at this point, not a lot of people may actually have their Luffy at 5+. I was one of those people when I recorded this clip. However, the final 2 clips of this video, I do have Luffy at 5+, which does make him a more valid option, because if you have him at regular 5-star, he doesn't actually get rid of all of the debuffs that you actually want to get rid of on the final boss stage. Plus the captain ability is a little weaker too. So just want to make sure that you guys know what's going on regarding all of these characters. But overall, this team here with Zoro and Sanji, it deals with all of the debuffs pretty effectively. The only real issue is that it's not the fastest team out there, but it does, get through the content pretty safely, which is, probably the most important thing. The next team here is with my man Mr. Slam Jam Katakuri, and this guy is such a beast for this content. Obviously, you've seen him in the other clips so far, but he is just so good for his special ability, and captain ability wise, he is also very, very good. Now, we are running some pretty obscure characters. Obviously, we've already talked about the Luffy and the Frankie. Those 2 characters in particular are ridiculous for this content, and luckily, those 2 are actually free to play as well. So, you don't have to complain too much about that. But then the other 2 characters, we've got got Lucci and we have Brook. Now, Brook is basically here just to change block slots on the revive into matching. So Brook is very, very easily replaceable. However, the Lucci is basically here just to give us an all boost on Battle 4. He also gives a base attack boost to our characters too, because he gives the boosts to Dex, Fighter, and Powerhouse. And all of the characters on this team are either Dex, Fighter, or Powerhouse. So that's great. So we get a really good all boost. And, you know, normally on Battle 4, you see that this guy gives you badly matching slots, but luckily with Katakuri's Captain ability, especially when you have him with the Limit Break Plus, and you have the level Limit Break, you don't have to worry about the badly matching slots, because all of them will be treated as matching anyway, which is really, really nice. So you don't have to worry about changing slots once again. And of course, once we use the Lucci special, it gives us a huge amount of damage. Reaching the final boss stage, we can start launching some of our special abilities. And on the revive, we have the Brook, plus we have increased damage taken from the friends Zoro and Sanji. It inflicts it for 2 turns, so on the revive, it is still going to be active. And of course, Katakuri gives us an attack boost on activation and also after the revive as well. So a very, very comfortable team getting through the content once again. And we also have one spicy team to check out before we wrap up the video. And here is the final team of the video. I cannot take credit for this one. Shout out to another content creator, Stump D Gacha. I actually rated him on Twitch earlier today, and as soon as we rated him, this was the team that he was showing, and this team was so good, I had to show it to you guys. Now, this does require, you know, you're having to have, like, mostly everything completely maxed out, and there are a couple of key support characters, but this team is ridiculously fast. You do not have to stall. It gets through all the stages very, very comfortably. If you have the applicable characters, this is probably the best team you can build for this content. Extremely safe. So if you have the applicable characters, I would suggest it. And you're even seeing, like, this is such a fast team that we literally showed the first 2 stages, and I did have to show you the first 2 stages so you guys can kind of understand how the team actually functions, because it did take me a little while to kind of understand how it actually works. You're able to use, you know, Dogstorm on turn 1, you can use Luffy also on turn 1, and by the time you need them again near the end of the content, they're gonna be ready once again, which just goes to show the ultimate power of Cat Dog together. The crazy speed that you can get from those 2 characters. It's pretty phenomenal. But with all that being said, that is gonna wrap up this video today. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you guys did enjoy the content, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.